Hiya lovelies, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Linz. So unfortunately guys, I am not going to be making like a van update video this week, even though I am in the van. And I'm in the van because, I don't know, I kind of feel some sort of really good energy in here, and it's just really, it's kind of peaceful and chilling to me in here at the same time. So I thought, what better way, seeing as most of my videos, well, all of my videos lately have been van related, that I would make my time to talk video in here with yous. Now, I have been saying I was going to make a video on really what's been going on with me this year, because a lot of you that are, long time subscribers kind of wondered what had happened, and we're getting a little bit worried, especially at the beginning of the year, because I went MIA, missing in action, so to speak, for a couple of months. And it's not hard for me to say that I have depression and I have PTSD, but it is hard for me to talk to yous, I suppose, about the way these things affect me, and about kind of what's happened in the last year, or this year so far. Because although I have dealt with depression and PTSD now since sort of like my teens, I've had the worst run of it this year that I have ever had in, my whole life up to now. And hopefully it's going to be the last one that's going to get that bad again. So yeah, let's fingers crossed and try and stay positive that I am not going to be in the place I was at the beginning of this year ever again. That would be something. But now my depression, sort of like I can have really bad bouts of it from time to time. Not what I've had at the beginning of the year, but I've known normally how to deal with it. My way of dealing with things isn't orthodox really at all. If I kind of know in myself that I'm not feeling too well, or not, I'm going to say too well, because technically, depression is an illness, which I think still a lot of people kind of brush over and go, oh, just get on with it, and stuff like that. Not that I tend to talk too much. I'm very, very good at putting up a wall, and what I tend to do when I'm in these phases is I will shut everybody out. Everybody, anything, I will shut out. I won't reply to messages, I won't contact anybody. And, over my lifetime, because people haven't understood me, so to speak, I've lost a lot of people, through that. And to be honest, I don't mind, that's just the way it is. I've always been a very sort of solo person, I'd say, anyway. So I've never had a massive circle and, girls' nights and all these kind of things that sort of normal people, I suppose, regular for what's normal, but things like that. So to me, being kind of on my own isn't really any different to most of my life, because even if I wasn't alone in parts of my life, 9 times out of 10 I felt it anyway. So when I go through a really bad sort of depression bout, or the breakdown that I had at the beginning of the year, I just go to everything, and and I mean everything. That is everybody completely shut out. I'm in this, what I call, little bubble of Linzland, and normally if it's just a bit of a bout, within a couple of days I can kind of pull myself back out of that, and hopefully reach back out to maybe people that I've kind of ignored, I suppose, with messages or phone calls, or comments and things like that on my YouTube channel. But the pressure when I'm in that little bout of you know, thinking I have to reply to them people and stuff like that. I learned years ago I couldn't deal with that type of pressure, you know. And again, it's another episode. It's another not episode. It's another I don't know, kind of symptom of the type of depression. Now, everybody's depression is different. Everybody deals with their depression differently. Now, 9 times out of 10, the advice is going to be given that, you know, when you're feeling thingy and you kind of, with me, it can be a really bad PTSD attack that brings on that sort of episode. Unfortunately, I am going through a shitload of them this year, lovelies, through different aspects of different things that have happened in my life. You all know, basically, I've been through cancer. I've had a major near fatal accident. You know, there's been other wee bits and pieces that I've been through and continue to suffer with illnesses and things like that. But you don't know anything. You know, my life hasn't been easy. It's just something, it's just not been easy, okay? And I can't make, unfortunately, I don't think it's right for me to share some things that have happened in my life with yous, although I know that it could be beneficial to a lot of yous. Certain things I haven't got the energy, not the energy, but I haven't got the emotional ability at the moment to talk freely about some of them things. And one of them I've been dealing with for over 20 years. And it is a big main one. I am having therapy when I can have therapy, because at the moment I'm kind of being fitted in when there's a time slot, because trying to get any type of decent therapy here at the moment, because everybody needs something, I think, at the moment, because with the whole pandemic and everything that's gone on, everybody's suffering, I think, with maybe social anxiety as well. Not really a big thing for me because I don't actually go out. So, you know, I might pop down and see a good friend of mine, well, somebody that's become a good friend of mine, maybe once a month. I know she's, you know, she's like, we have to meet up more regularly, but she understands, I think, where I am. Then I've, you know, things like that. I go out maybe once a week to do a bit of weekly shopping, and literally it takes me about an hour from the time I leave the house, travel into the town, do my bit of shopping and come home again. So that's not good either, because I know I need to be getting out and about a bit more. I know it's good for my mental health. It all depends on whether my back's in spasm, you know, and whether it's doing what it's doing at the minute. I don't know whether you can see that on the camera. You might be able to pick it up on the sound, but it has just literally started bucketing it down again, which, you know, has been fairly, yeah, it's been kind of like that for the last 2 weeks. So that's, you know, it's mad dash from the house into the van, try and do a little bit and back out again on the days where I feel like I can. So I would like in the next while to go back to sort of doing my bits of makeup and stuff again with yous and stuff like that. And I tell you, this is the most amount of makeup I've had on this year. This is the first time I've worn lipstick this year. Okay, well, I've normally got a mask on anyway, so it doesn't really matter, you know, if I'm going out. And one of my kind of things was that, you know, if you're not feeling particularly good in yourself, go and slap some makeup on. It might help you feel a bit better. Yeah, that's gone out the window this year, because I've been at a point where I didn't brush my hair for maybe a week, let alone a shower. Yeah, right. So, you know, I've had one, so, and we haven't got smell-o-vision, we're all right. But, you know, that's, I just wanted to explain that's how bad kind of things were getting, where, in fact, I think it was longer than a week. And, you know, the dogs don't care, do they? So that's fine. Nobody was seeing me, so I didn't really care. To be honest, I don't think I would have really cared if anybody had a done. And that, for me, isn't me, you know. It's been a long year so far to, I don't know, get to this point here now where I'm feeling brave enough to sit and talk to you about what's been going on. And, you know, I know a lot of people aren't going to understand the way that I deal with things and bits and pieces like that, but that's always been me. You know, I've always been very closed off, so to speak. I have quite a few trust issues. I never ever let anybody get too close to me, and I think in its own way that is, you know, that's me more hurting myself maybe than anything else, but it's just something that I am trying to learn. I am trying to get a little bit better with who I really let in. Like you mean, I know you what I can talk to people about certain things and stuff like that, but there wouldn't be anything that maybe somebody else didn't know. But when it comes to feelings and emotions and stuff like that, I am very, very tight knit with them. And another aspect that comes into play there is when I am around people, I can pick up their sense of whether they're a good person or a bad person. For a start, I have a very, very strong inkling of that type of thing, and it's, you know, it's been classed as being an empath or something along them lines. To me, still something that I'm, you know, kind of brush off a little bit, but I can pick up very, very easily on other people's emotions. And trying to decipher then whether, you know, that my emotion? That's not my emotion. That's not my feeling. So where has that come from? And then you realise that you are kind of like a magnet for that energy, whether it be good or bad or indifferent. And that can be bloody hard to deal with as well. Then I've got the other aspect of things where I'm in a certain degree of pain every day. Okay, between degenerative disc disease, herniated discs, I've got arthritis popping up here, there, and bloody everywhere. Shoot me now. But, you know, I can deal with the everyday pain and stuff like that. But every so often I go into what's called a flare. And also, you know, a flare, I could have maybe a week or two of severe, debilitating pain. But on a normal everyday level, we'd put it in around a 5 to 6, and I just kind of try and just get through it the best I can. But it can be very, very tiring, and it can get to you really, really bad. Especially as I have to sit and go, my days, you know, I have been through so much, and I've got through so much that I can't control the pain. I can't control then the down feeling that it gives me, because there's certain things I can't do anymore that I used to be able to do, that I know I'm never going to be able to do again, basically. And excuse me. And I also know with time that these conditions that I suffer with are going to get worse. And then I feel bad. And I feel guilty because, you know, there's days when I'm sat and a lot of people say, oh, you're feeling sorry for yourself. God, I hate that. I hate that. Unless you've had depression, you don't understand it. So, you know, you can see somebody with it, somebody close, but you're still, unless you've suffered with it, unless you've been through it, you're not going to get it. You're not going to understand. And as I said, we all deal with things differently. I have certain ways now that I've learnt this year to kind of, I don't know how you'd put it, kind of deal with things a little bit better maybe, and take my mind away from racing thoughts and bits and pieces like that. Maybe I'll share some of them with you on another video if any of you would like that. But think we all have our own ways of trying to deal with situations that we really don't have too much power over, only the power within ourselves. And trying to bring that power out can be, yeah, it can be extremely hard when you're in a really low place and you don't know who's there, if anybody at all. And yeah, it's just, right, I don't know whether I've babbled on enough now at this stage. I reckon I probably have, because I've just seen the timer. But I hope this kind of explains a little bit to some of yous that, you know, were wondering what the hell happened, where's she gone, has she given up, you know. And I did get quite a few lovely emails actually, just trying to check in. Now, it took me about 2 or 3 months to reply to them emails. You know who you are if you're watching this, so I finally managed to, you know, get back in there. I had a question about, was I planning on going back on Instagram or anything like that, because I completely shut that down as well as I wasn't doing really anything on my Facebook page for the channel. To be honest, I don't know if I've got enough hours in the day anymore to try and keep up with YouTube comments, Instagram comments, emails, Facebook. I don't really bother with Facebook at all anymore, to be quite honest. You know, I go on the odd time, but it's very seldom and far between now. Instagram, I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what my password is anymore for that, but hey. Yeah, so, you know, I don't want to suddenly pile on all the pressure again of feeling like I have to reply and I have to do this, because I think, you know, that contributed a lot to the way I was at the beginning of the year. Not to mention, there was a major change in my life at the end of last year, which is something I can't really go into too much detail about, but that major change was gone about in an extremely wrong way, and it was really a 50-50 type situation, but things could have been dealt with a lot better than they were. And yeah, I do wish things had been different in that situation, but unfortunately now I can't change that. I can't do anything to rectify that situation, but unfortunately that's just life now, and it's a new life that I've had to learn to live, I suppose, and it's not been one bit easy, and it has contributed a lot to this year so far. But you know, I'm continuing on with my slotted in therapy sessions when I can get them. I am on medications, and I'm not ashamed at all to say that, because without them, yeah, I don't know how I would have made it through to this far. Do you know, that kind of way? It is definitely not a long-term solution to be on medications for, you know, depression and PTSD and sleeping and things like that. But if they're needed and warranted at the time, then I'm all for that. But I don't believe in being on stuff like that full time. Well, I'm not a big advocate of drugs or anything like that unless they're prescription and they're really warranted. But even my pain relief tablets that I'm supposed to take, like, I don't know, 10 of each day, I'm really bad at taking them because I don't like putting stuff into my body that, you know, I try and battle on, basically. Which is just me being silly, I know, but hey, you know, if I feel a little bit of pain, then maybe I don't feel other stuff. Which brings me to another video that I think I might make in the future, because I think that would be quite beneficial to a lot of people. We'll see how strong I feel on that one, and you know how my therapist does with talking me through a few things, I think. But lovelies, you know, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you that have continued to stay. I think I already said this, I can't remember now, but I do hope to, I don't know, try some makeup videos and make you laugh a wee bit more in the future again. But I can't promise that just at the moment, but it is something I do really want to do. Maybe even if it's just every other week a Get Ready With Me, where maybe I'm trying a new foundation or giving you my thoughts on stuff I already have. But yeah, so yeah, I'm going to leave it on that note, and I really hope that if any of yous are suffering and any of yous have issues and things like that, please go and make an appointment to at least see your GP, talk things over, and just get some help. And please also remember to having to take a little tablet every day just to maybe help you through the bad times isn't a bad thing. You know, at the end of the day, depression is an illness. It's not something to mess with, okay, because it can get very, very serious and very dangerous. So also, I think things like depression and severe stress can lead to illness and can lead to different types of illnesses. And I think at some point in the future, I want to make a video on that, because it's something that, you know, when I'm not feeling too about myself, I am researching a lot about, because yeah, it's just one of the nerdy things I'm doing at the moment. But I'm rambling. I'm completely rambling, and I'm going to go now. And I just wish all of yous, wherever you are, health and strength, do you know, and maybe wealth as well, some places. Good luck for all of us. Just enough to have food in the cupboard and a roof over your head. You know, money doesn't make you happy. Trust me on that one. Okay, I've been both ends of the scale, and now I'm at the bottom again. Hopefully not for much longer. But guys, thanks again for watching. Thanks again for all your continued support. And, you know, drop me a comment down below and let me know if there's any type of videos that maybe you'd like me to make in the future for you, and I will do my best. Maybe if I get some requests and get pushed a little bit, it might help. So lovelies, take care. Thanks for watching again, and I shall see you soon in probably a van video, I'd say. So bye for now.